Hello everybody, welcome back to Tuckaway Pines. In today's video, I will be bringing some much needed work indoors into the kitchen as it is extremely cold outside despite the lack of snow. But today I felt like it would be a perfect day to make a big delicious batch of award-winning chili. To make this award-winning chili, I have carrots, green peppers, onions, garlic, and celery all nice and cube chopped up. And here I have a delicious seasoning blend, and I can leave the description of all the seasonings and the measurements I used in the description for you. But here I am just going to be dumping all that delicious seasoning right on top of 5 pounds of ground beef. I am making a very large batch today. And I am just going to go right ahead, rub all that seasoning around the meat, and just get in there, thoroughly mix it in there, make sure that meat is evenly seasoned and that it is all nice and tenderized and even broken down so that when I do put it on the stove, it'll brown up very quickly. Now I did want to take some time and mention that I am not just calling this an award-winning recipe because it's super good, but this recipe has actually won some awards. A very good friend and coworker of mine gave me this recipe, and she had told me that she had entered it in for a contest and ended up winning an actual truck. So I figured this would be an amazing recipe to just share with everybody else. Y'all love delicious foods here, and I definitely love cooking in large batches, so I can end up putting this on my shelf at the end of the video. So here I am just ensuring that everything is evenly dispersed throughout the mass of meat. And once that is all said and done, I am going to pop this big cast iron skillet onto the stove and start browning all that delicious meat. While the meat is browning on the stove, I have my large stock pot here where I'm going to be adding the rest of my ingredients, which include a couple cans of crushed red tomatoes. I have my chopped vegetables, my homegrown celery, homegrown carrots, some green peppers, onions, and even a little bit of garlic. I also have some canned chili beans as well. I like to make my own. Maybe during the winter I'll be able to. But I threw in some chili beans and some dark red kidney beans as well. Now once your ground beef is all completely browned and drained from its grease, you can add the ground beef into the stock pot. And here is where I deferred from the recipe just a little bit. It seemed rather dry for me, so I added a couple quarts of my own homemade vegetable broth. Then at this point, it seemed a little too liquidy and not tomatoey enough, if you will. So I did go ahead and add about a third to maybe a half a can of tomato paste, just to kind of thicken up that liquid and give it the acidity that a chili truly needs. So here I am just allowing it to cook down. I'm bringing it up to a boil, and then once it has started boiling, we'll reduce it to a simmer. And I did do a little taste test, and here I am just kind of freshening up the seasoning blend that I did mix the meat with. And again, all the measurements, all the ingredients will be listed below into the description if anyone does want to try and make their very own award-winning chili. So here I'm just mixing everything in nicely, and I'm going to continue to let it cook down until all the vegetables are nice and soft and everything tastes great. And here is our final product, a nice, warm, delicious bowl of award-winning chili. This chili also tastes really good either over a bed of noodles or even a bed of rice. Plus, you can always add some cheese and sour cream on top if you prefer. But I will leave all the ingredients and the recipe down below in the description. And I'm also linking a video showing you guys how I like to can my chili and make it last up to a whole year. So definitely go check those out, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys watching this video. And I would love to hear your award-winning recipes, so please share in the comments. Thank you again for watching. Bye, guys.